What's going on, Cap City? It's your girl D here with 8th House Energy, here to bring you your first collective reading for, well, it's not the first collective, it's the one for men and women. The first one I did for July was the men of earth, men of air, men of fire, men of water. So if you are a gentleman watching this, make sure you check out your respective placements for the men of earth, men of air, men of fire, men of water for July 2021. This one is the collective for men and women. I hope all is well in the Capricorn community. I want to thank those who continue to come to the channel and show love, support repeatedly. Thank you so much for all you do. I appreciate the energy you bring. I feel that. Thank you so much. For those of you who are new, welcome to the channel. I incorporate a lot of astrology into the tarot card readings because that's just the way that I understand it and the way that I learn it and the way that I am able to get my messages so that I'm able to give it to you. So, this is a channel where you'll be able to learn the basic placements of astrology, and you'll hear talk about your natal chart, and encouragement on you learning your natal chart and learning what those positions are and how they affect you, because that is you. Your natal chart is your it's like your scavenger hunt map to figuring out what you're supposed to do in this world. And it's very important that you know that, because if you know your chart, then you know yourself. And if you know yourself, then you can't really be manipulated as much or played with as much, because you truly understand who you are and your purpose. But, I digress on that, but I just added that in just to say that, I implement a lot of astrology in for that purpose. So with that being said, this is a general read for Capricorn. It doesn't matter what placement it is. Please take what resonates and leave the rest for the other Capricorn placements that may be suited for that information. There will be an extended, the link is going to be in the box below. So if you find, excuse me, that you resonate with the reading as we go on, and you would like to dive deep into the final part of the reading, the link will be in the box below. If you would like your energy exclusively read for and outside of the collective, my information for private readings is in the box below. Okay, so overall energy, Capricorn, Cap City, right? Overall energy is the Three of Swords. This is Libra energy, okay? The Three of Swords energy, this is an energy of Saturn in Libra. Saturn is the planet that deals with... Saturn is Father Time. It tells you when time is up. It's a disciplinarian. It's a restrictor. Okay, Jupiter is the contractor, well, the expansive planet, and Saturn is the constricting planet. So it constricts, it limits, it minimizes, it disciplines. Okay, so the Three of Swords here we're talking about in Libra. So these are lessons learned in relationships, okay? Learning when when a relationship is over, when the parameters of the relationship need to change, or when they have changed. And a lot of that times the change may not have anything to do with you, meaning you may not have control over it. So sometimes it will cause heartbreak. Right? So that's where that third party comes in, where it doesn't usually have something to do with you. Sometimes it does. Sometimes it could just be the lack of communication between two people or the type of communication. Maybe this person speaks one type of love language, the other one speaks another, and the languages clash. So that could be what the third sword is. But the third sword could also be outside influences, other people, work, other responsibilities, it doesn't matter. But there's a third party situation here coming in between, some type of connection where there's emotion. So we have the Knight of Pentacles, which is Virgo. Temperance in reverse. Major Arcana of Sagittarius. Six of Cups, which is Scorpio. Five of Swords, which is Aquarius. The Two of Wands, which is... Aries. I'm sorry, that's the Two of Swords. That's Libra. The middle of the reed, we have the Knight of Wands, which is Sagittarius. We also have the Nine of Swords in reverse, which is Gemini. We have the King of Wands in reverse, which is Sagittarius. That came out in reverse. Okay, Sagittarius energy. The Six of Coins, or Six of Pentacles. The Six of Pentacles is Taurus. And then finally we have... Mercury in reverse, the Magician. Now we are just coming out of Mercury retrograde energies. The hardcore retrograde ended around the 22nd, 23rd, depending on where you are in the world. But keep in mind, whenever a planet comes out of retrograde, we have a post-shadow period that lasts approximately 2 weeks. We are still within that post-shadow period up until the 6th of July. This means we can still feel the effects of the Mercury retrograde energy. All right. And I feel like in this situation with that coming up, you may still be in feeling the effects of it. So with the Three of Swords energy here and the Knight of Wands, to me, that's telling me that there's somebody who has been stepping out. Okay, the Knight of Wands can represent somebody who, this could also be someone traveling and moving away from for a relationship. Like, for example, maybe you lived in a particular area and you were dating someone and you decided that you're going to move. And so this could be the sword that comes between you two. You know, it could be distance. Or if it's not, you know, someone moving with the Knight of Wands energy, traveling, it could be someone dealing with multiple people, somebody who does not want to settle down. The Knight of Wands has a reputation when we're dealing with love and relationships to be energy of man or woman, somebody who likes to keep their options open. They, you know, they don't mind dating a couple of people at a time. They don't mind being intimate with different people at a time as well. So sometimes the heartbreak comes where you may not know about this, but if it's about you not knowing about what they're doing as far as messing around with other people, I would feel like the Knight of Wands is in reverse. When the Knight of Wands is upright, to me, that could represent like a situationship. Like, yeah, we're friends, we're getting to know each other, but we're intimate. So this person could be dealing with other people as well. So we got the Six of Cups, the Five of Swords, and then the Nine of Swords in reverse. Now we also have the King of Wands in reverse here. So we're definitely dealing with somebody who's definitely dealing with multiple people, and they're doing it. They know what they're doing. They're doing it with intent. Okay, this could be somebody who's manipulating a situation in their favor. With the Six of Cups here in Mercury retrograde, we're talking about someone from the past. So for some of you, you may have children with this person, but there has been some type of tit for tat back and forth with this person. And I feel like there could be an energy of someone saying, you know what, I'm going to leave. I'm moving. I'm leaving. I'm not dealing with this anymore. So I do get an energy of somebody moving and relocating. And they may not have let this person know that they're moving. So, you know, this person could feel like, you know what, this person has been stressing me out. I'm so tired of it. With the Nine of Swords in reverse here, this is someone relinquishing the stress of somebody they've been dealing with from their past, whether you have children with this person or not. But again, the Five of Swords energy is just the energy of, you know, it's like rivalry. You know, rivalry because you know that somebody is dealing with other people, but I feel like with the King of Wands in reverse, they're not being they're actually dealing with other people, and they're not being honest about it. You know, the King of Wands upright, he's somebody who's like, yeah, I date. You know, I'm not interested in anything serious, but I don't mind hanging out with you. We definitely have chemistry. I wouldn't mind connecting with you intimately, but I have to tell you, you know, I'm single, and that's, you know, that's how I feel right now. That's what I'm comfortable with. So if you're comfortable with that, cool. That's the King of Wands upright. In reverse, he's not telling you that he's out here sleeping with other people, or she's not telling you that she's out here sleeping with other people. So I feel like, you know, there was somebody who wanted stability. One person wanted stability, but the other person was dealing with, I feel like the other person was dealing with an ex. Could have been somebody that they have kids with, or they may have had kids with somebody that they were cheating with. Okay, that could be the case. But I do see pregnancy here, or something about children with Temperance in reverse and the Six of Cups. There's somebody who may have been trying to figure out what they wanted to do because they want stability, but the situation that they were in or with the person they were with, they were not getting that. You got the King of Wands and the King of Wands in reverse, who is promiscuous, who lies and manipulates to get sex and You know, they're like a womanizer, and opposed to the King of Pentacles, who's somebody who wants commitment, somebody who's able to settle down, wants to settle down, traditionally, usually wants to be married, build a family, build a legacy, right? So we got two different energies here. So, you know, the person who wanted the stability here felt a serious imbalance. So they were at one point with the Two of Swords energy trying to decide what was best for, you know, everybody involved, because they just wanted peace and balance with the Six of Coin. But they really weren't seeing what was going on with this Magician energy in reverse. They clearly weren't seeing what was going on. They clearly weren't seeing that, yeah, they knew that their person, they were dating this person and they wanted stability with them, but this person had no intentions of giving them that. This person could have been telling them, yeah, okay, well, we can date and see what's going on, but on the low, they're still sleeping with other people. For some of you, this could have been a marriage that you were in where your person is on the low sleeping with other people. Maybe it's someone from their past, somebody that they have children with before they met you, or could be somebody that had children with in between your rendezvous. So here's the Three of Swords energy. So there's definitely something coming between you all, and it looks like a form of promiscuity and lack of commitment. We also have the Two of Cups here. So this is it could be a brand new connection, I feel. So somebody may have met someone new, and that could be why they're moving away from this, because they may have met somebody that's given them security. So yeah, with the two of, somebody could be coming, okay, so somebody may have come out of heartbreak, they may have met someone new, but with the Queen of Pentacle energy in reverse, they may not have been ready for a commitment, or they were still dealing with the excess baggage. Or this is a third party, because the Queen of Pentacles in reverse, she could be somebody who's being cheated on, or she could be someone who's doing the cheating. Because traditionally, the Queen of Pentacles usually is married, but she don't have to be. But she could definitely, when she's in reverse, she could definitely be somebody's side piece, okay? We have the Page of Swords in reverse. So somebody did not know that somebody was married or otherwise in a committed relationship with someone else. And here's the communication coming in about that. Okay, so this is why somebody's heartbroken, because they found out that the person that they were in a long-term committed relationship with met somebody new, and they had no idea about it. Now, I don't know how this communication came in, how they found out about it, but it's clear that at one point this person did not know that they were a mistress, or that they were being treated as a mistress, or that their person was cheating on them. They had no idea, with the Page of Swords reverse and the Queen of Pentacles reverse. But somehow the communication came about with the King of Swords. And so this is what caused the heartbreak of the third party situation. Yeah, for sure. So that's what I'm seeing with this. So let's see what else we got. Cancerian energy, messages for Cancer. Somebody also is not happy at their job or not happy with their position. They feel that they're not being treated fairly. Maybe they feel that they're not being paid what they're worth, or they're looking for a raise or something like that. But somebody's interested in changing positions. Somebody's not going to give a notice. They're just going to bow out. That's another thing I saw too. Okay, so we have the Nine of Swords in reverse coming up again. So this is prevalent here. This is all about letting go of anxiety, not being stressed. We have the Eight of Coin in reverse. There it is upright. We have the Three of Swords coming out again in reverse. Libra energy. Eight of Coin is Virgo, and the Nine of Swords reverse is Gemini. And then we have the High Priestess, Major Arcana of Pisces. And the Ten of Swords. More Gemini energy. So yeah, where's Gemini in your chart? Is Gemini your 5th house? Let me see. Yeah, it's your fifth house. Because Mercury is in retrograde in your fifth house. Now, the fifth house deals with pleasures. It deals with your love affairs, your rendezvous. So, yeah, this makes sense that we were just talking about a situation where someone was a side piece, whether there was a man and a woman who were together, whether they're married or not, but one of the parties is cheating or was cheating. So it could be a pool boy type scenario or a mistress type scenario. Doesn't matter. So with the Four of Cups is the overall energy here. This is all about somebody not being emotionally satisfied. So it could be a range from anywhere from, bored with a situation or bored with a relationship to, having some psychological issues because of a relationship. So with this Nine of Swords in reverse energy, this is the Gemini energy. This is someone saying, you know what, I'm going to release this situation because I've been thinking about it and I'm just really unfulfilled. I'm not happy, with this connection. I'm not happy at all. The challenge is the Eight of Coin in reverse. The challenge is to stop putting in work. How do I stop putting in work? How do I stop, or not how, well, maybe it is how. But it's like, okay, the challenge is that I want to stop putting in work into this situation. I want to stop thinking about it. For some of you, this is anxiety with the thoughts, the Nine of Swords. And then with the Eight of Pentacles in reverse here, this is you're wanting to stop the thought process of it. But the challenge is you can't. You can't stop thinking about all the hard work and time and effort you put into this connection. That's what it is. It's like you want to let it go, but it's like, damn, what about all the work I put in? What about all the time we spent together? A lot of people get caught up and they stay in relationships because they focus on the amount of time that they put in. Well, it's a good thing that you watch Tarot, because one thing you should get out of it, no matter who you're watching as far as readers, you do need to understand that there's a difference between universal timing and divine time. Universal timing, divine timing versus 3D timing. So somebody could say, damn, I put in 10 years in this relationship, but you're being abused. You still going to stay in the relationship just because you put in 10 years? Like, why is that time relevant? That time is not relevant to the abuser. Like, I've been abusing you for 10 years. You want to leave now? Like, you know what I mean? You see how simple that sounds when you're talking about, well, I put in all this time and energy and I'm not, like, it makes no sense. So, stop getting caught up on, oh, I put in all this time and effort into this relationship. Like, that's a very 3D, mundane way of looking at it. And I get it because you're Capricorn. So you are of the 3D energy. I'm Capricorn moon, so I understand that. But when you start implementing universal law into your thought process and start understanding, okay, this is a parallel universe I live in, there's things going on in the other dimensions as well as what's going on in the third dimension. The third dimension is just a lower level scheme of things. There's bigger and better things going on in divine timing and universal timing. And that's the timing that I need to start paying attention to, because that would make my life a lot more easier, coupled with learning my chart and learning my numerology as well, my birth chart and my numerology. So don't get caught up on time. Long story short, your spirit guides, guardian angels, and ancestors want you to keep in mind the Three of Swords energy in reverse. So what they're basically saying, based on what I'm seeing here, is that you're going to get over this. You will. You will indeed get over this. You will have learned your lesson, because, again, Libra, Three of Swords is Saturn in Libra, and it's all about learning lessons in reference to relationships, because Libra deals with your relationships. All forms of relationships. This could be work, what have you. It could be the same thing about this job. It's like, I want to get rid of this stress with this job, but I've been at this job 13 years. I don't want to give up my opportunity for pension. I don't want to give up my, I got to give this up. I got to give that up because I put all this time in and I've accrued all. That's you getting all caught up in that 3D realm where you're not paying attention to your spirit. Your spirit is the one that's connected to the higher realms, the universal realm and divine realm. And your spirit is telling you, you're not happy here. It don't matter what's going on this 3D level as far as how much time and effort you put in and how much pension you gained and all that other stuff, because you've been here so long. Your spirit is trying to get itself out of this environment. So you're at war with yourself. This causes, if it goes on for a period of time, it causes physical ailments in the form of diseases when you're fighting with your spirit. Because the 3D realm is trying to tell you one thing and you're following that instead of following the universal realm laws, right? So universe is saying you're going to learn your lesson, you're going to get over this, or the goal is for you to learn a lesson from this relationship. Where your head is at, though, is a high priestess. So you're starting to listen to your intuition. This is what I feel here. And so as a result here with this Ten of Swords, you're accepting the fact that you have been betrayed. Or that you've done the betraying. Now keep in mind with my readings, if there's a good guy, bad guy, Capricorn will be the good guy in this story for certain people. And for other people, when they're watching this, Capricorn will be the bad guy. So there's both, all right? We got to be realistic about things, okay? There's good and bad with every sign. And not everybody's bad all the time. It's just in this particular scenario, there has to be a good guy, bad guy. And, Capricorn can be both. So this is somebody who betrayed someone or someone who is being betrayed. Okay, with the Ten of Swords energy. Now, let's take a look and see what else we got, and then we'll go into the extended and get a little more into this. So, yeah, somebody's unhappy with the Four of Cups energy here. They're unfulfilled, they're unsatisfied, they're emotionally unsatisfied. Then we have the Ten of Pentacles, but they could be staying around for financial stability. Somebody could be unhappy with where they live. This could be a job as well. Somebody's really unhappy, but the money is dope. Or look at how much I've accumulated. Like I said, with the time, tentacles represent time and money. So you could have been at a job for, 10 years, right? Here's 10 pentacles. And you got all this money saved up, or you got this pension or what have you. It's like, well, look at what I'm going to lose if I leave. Or you could say, look, I've been in this relationship for, 10 years. Look at all this time I put into this situation. Now I'm supposed to leave? Yep. You see the Five of Pentacles? Yep. And if you don't, like I said, what's going to start happening is when your spiritual self starts fighting with your physical self and it goes on for a long period of time, you're going to start experiencing physical ramifications of it. You're going to start getting sick, start getting headaches. Maybe losing your appetite, or maybe overeating, overindulging in things to compensate for the unsatisfied, the satiation that's needed for your spirit. And you're not getting it where you are. So, some of you could be experiencing physical ailments. Some of you are thinking about, okay, well, if I leave this relationship, I'm going to be all alone. I won't have anybody. Some of you are thinking if I leave this job, I won't have any money. I won't be able to take care of myself. Queen of Cups in reverse. You're not listening to your intuition, my friend. You're not listening to the queens represent your emotions, your feelings, your creative imagination, your intuition. Cups, we're talking about your feelings and emotions. You're ignoring them. You're not listening to your intuition. You're ignoring it. Or you were at one point. Maybe with this High Priestess energy, you're seeing now that this situation is an enemy to you. Pisces represents the house of hidden enemies. Some of you may work in environments where you're working with you work in detention center, or you work in the penitentiaries. Some of you may work in alcohol rehabilitation centers. Some of you may work for clergy, religious clergy, whether it's a monastery, or where, nuns and priests reside, whether they are, in their working years or whether when they retire. I used to work as a nurse's aide for retired nuns. One of the most interesting experiences I've ever had. These women live a long time too. Hint, hint. But at any rate, I digress. But no shade to my men. I love y'all to death. Love y'all to death. But like I was saying with this here, somebody's not listening to their intuition. They're not listening to their emotions about the situation and their feelings. What is it your feelings are telling you? What is it you feel when you walk in? Every time you get up in the morning to get ready to hit the alarm to get out of the bed, you got a nasty ass attitude already. You didn't even step out the bed. You can't even be thankful enough. You can't even be in the mindset to just put your feet on the floor and say thank you for another day, because you're so frustrated because you got to go up in this office. Like, That's what that is. You're not paying attention to your feelings. And you don't realize that maybe, some of the physical ailments you're feeling, or you don't realize that this relationship or this job is what's causing you the issues that you're having. You don't realize the impact that it's having. The Page of Swords in reverse is an energy of not getting something. It's like you don't get it. Like the dots are not aligning. Like you're not crossing the T's and dotting the I's for some reason. You're not getting it. But this could also be about you suffering in silence as well and not saying anything. Not speaking up for yourself. Not saying, look, I deserve better. Like some of you, you don't know that you deserve better. You don't even know it. It's like you feel like you just got to go along with the situation. So you're emotionally unavailable. It's time for you to take action. That's what comes next. The King of Swords. It's time for you to take action and really start looking at, because the kings are about action. So it's time for you to start thinking about this logically. Take your emotions out of the situation. Go on vacation if you can, right? That way you're not actually getting up and going to this place that you dread. Your stomach is hurting. You can't even eat a decent breakfast because you can't even think about this place. It makes you sick on the way to work. You get nauseous. You get headaches. You gotta, play your song to get you amped to go into the office. And it's like when you walk in, it's just like, oh my God, And it could be the same thing with dealing with this person. It's like, it's always some shit. It's always a lie. It's always some nonsense. It doesn't make any sense. This person plays you like you don't understand what's going on. So now you have to take action. You have to step in king mode. And you have to communicate, or you have to look at things from a logical perspective instead of your emotional state. Because you're totally ignoring your emotional state. So why not look at it from a logical state? Right? And if you decide that you have to communicate, then you need to communicate in a manner in which you're standing in your power. You understand why you're communicating, what you're communicating, and you're communicating it in a logical manner, not with your emotions all tore up. Because you're not going to get the respect you deserve going to somebody crying. Like, some people look at that as a form of weakness. And unfortunately, that's just the way it is. So cry behind closed doors. Get yourself together. Get your emotions together and speak and say what it is that you want. And if people are not going to give you what you need, then this is what you need to do with the Queen. You need to cut your emotions off towards it. That's what some of you need to do with the Queen of Swords energy. Cut your emotions off towards it. If you're going to continue to stay at this job, you may be in thought process of what you're going to do. If you're going to continue to stay at this job, you're going to have to learn to cut your emotions off. Just go there, do what you got to do, and come on out. If you're going to keep dealing with this person, you're going to have to take your emotions out of it. You're just going to, when they come around, y'all do what y'all do, and then when they gone, don't worry about it. Don't think about them. You know what I mean? Like, that's the energy you're going to have to take if you continue to stay in this connection, or if you continue to stay at this place of employment. Now, you could walk away. Some of you have thought about it a few times. Some of you have actually walked away a few times and come back. Okay? But this going back and forth is very toxic for you. It's toxic. It does not put you in an environment where you have emotional stability. It doesn't do that for you at all. So, you're going to have to focus on self-care and taking care of you and realizing with the Hangman energy in reverse who the enemy is. All right. So we're going to go into the extended and clarify this and see what's on. So we're going to clarify like maybe 3 cards here, 3, 3, 3, 3, to get into it, to get into layers, to find out what's going on. So that way, if there's a perspective that you're not looking at or that you haven't explored, or this may also give you some insight so that you can make the best decision for you. And then what we'll do is we'll pull some cards for advice. So with that being said, Cap City, if this resonated, feel free to click that like button. If you're new, make sure you subscribe. If it didn't resonate, check your other placements and check the other styles of reading on the channel. So yeah, let's go to the extended. The link's in the box below. If not, I will see you in the next reading. Peace out, Cap City.